Good morning students. So today we will start our next lesson, lesson number 2, physical quantities and measurements. So in this chapter you will learn about measurement, its definition, what is the meaning of the physical quantity, what are the units, how to measure length, area, mass, time and measuring temperature. So we'll start with the introduction of measurement, its need and why we you can say measure accurately. So what is the need for accurate measurement? We'll discuss on that. Then we'll discuss what is physical quantities, what is its definition, what are its types. Then we'll discuss about the two types of units, CGS and SI units. Okay. So let's begin the lesson with the warm-up activity. See, list the things that you use to measure the following: time, length of a notebook, fever, weight of the pencil box. So the things you need to write. So how you measure time? How you will measure the length of a notebook? Yes, you are right. You will use a scale probably to measure the length of the notebook. Then if you have fever, then how you are going to measure it? Then what will be the weight of your pencil box? How you are going to measure it? So you need to write the things which you will use to measure. So in our day-to-day life, we use certain measuring tools. You can see like watch, thermometer, measuring tape, weighing scale. Okay, so these things are used to measure or or to ascertain the size, shape, amount or degree of a substance, or you can say in the terms of physics, physical bodies. In our daily life, if we don't have actual measurement, then how we will make correct judgment? So a wild guess won't be the answer or showing you the correct result now. So we do not know what will be the weight or how much is the quantity unless you measure it. Suppose you see a shirt which you like. So how would you know that it is a correct fit for you? Or if you take certain amount of cloth to a tailor, then what happens? Without proper measurement, a tailor cannot stitch the cloth for you, no? So a tailor needs to measure your body so that he can make the clothes or stitch clothes according to your size. Then when you go to a doctor, then what happens? The doctor measures your height, weight and your body temperature also when you are sick. When you go to a market simply to buy something, then also we measure. So measurement plays a very important role in our day-to-day life. It helps us to make correct judgment and avoids to make wrong decision. So what will be the definition of measurement? This lines. How you will tell that whether these two lines are equal or not? How we are going to tell that? So we need to measure it with the help of a known known physical quantity. That is, we will use a scale to measure it correctly and state the difference. Or if you will see these two, how would you tell that which glass of the two has more orange juice? And measuring time is also very essential because we need to reach in time. so that our work may be completed in time. Okay, so this is how the measurement plays its role in our day-to-day life, and this is the need for measurement. So to know the correct length or mass, we must measure to make the correct judgment. Measurement can be defined as the process of finding the exact value of an unknown quantity by comparing it with the known physical quantity. Okay, or you can define it as the process of finding the exact value by comparing it to a known physical quantity, like when we weigh something. So when we weigh something, then what happens? We are comparing it to comparing the amount of substance with a known weight. So this is called measurement. Now let's see what are physical quantities. Now physical quantities are the quantities like mass, then time, temperature, etc., which can be measured in terms of laws of physics. Okay, so the quantities which can be measured, which can be measured in the terms of the laws of physics and may be expressed like area, mass, volume, etc. are called as physical quantities. Now, physical quantities are categorized into two types: fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Now, fundamental quantities do not depend on any other quantity. Like mass, time, length, temperature, etc. So, these are called as fundamental quantity. And derived quantities are what? Those quantities which are derived from fundamental quantities are called as derived quantities. Okay, so now let's see. Now understand the difference between the fundamental quantities and derived quantities. So as I have told you, the fundamental quantities are the quantities like length, okay, mass, time, etc., which do not depend upon any other. But see, if we have to find the area of a rectangle, then what is the formula? You write length into breadth. So both length and breadth comes under fundamental quantity. Okay, so these can be measured separately. They do not depend upon each other. But when we are finding the area, we have to find the area. So we have to find out length, we have to find out the breadth, and we have to multiply to get the area. So such quantities like area, volume, etc. are called derived quantity. Are called derived quantities. Okay, I hope you have understood. Now let's see physical quantities and its measurement and what is unit. So measurement of a physical quantity is the comparison of the magnitude of that quantity with a fixed unit. Now, what is a unit? Unit of a physical quantity is a well-defined standard in terms of which similar quantities can be measured. Like if we buy a packet of flour, so it is written now 5 kg on the packet. So this kg is the unit. Okay, so that is the standard physical quantity, well defined physical standard quantity that can be measured. And 5 is the magnitude, you can say, or the value which represents the number of units which are contained in that quantity. So that 5 times a kg unit is contained. So that amount of thing is contained in this packet. So these two are the you can say things we should know in order to measure any physical quantity. What we should know? We should know the unit of the measurement. Suppose we are measuring that any substance or mass, so you know that is the unit kg. As for this example, mass of this flour, that should be expressed in this unit kg. And how many times, what is the magnitude, so that we should know for correct measurement. Then how you will express the measurement, the result of the measurement? So to measure any physical quantities, what we have what we should know? We should know the unit of the measurement in kgs and the magnitude of the measurement. So the formula is P, which stands for physical quantity, is equal to N multiplied by U. So N is the magnitude or the number of times the unit is there, and U is the unit. So for this flour is the physical quantity here, kg will be the unit and 5 will be the magnitude. Hope you have understood. Now we'll see in the next class the choice of the unit and basic physical quantities, okay, and common unit systems and SI unit systems. But before that, there are some questions which you have to do in your fair notebook as today's class work. The first question is, define A, measurement, B, unit. So you need to define the two terms, measurement and unit. Second question, what is a physical quantity? Then third question, what is the need for accurate measurement? Fourth number question, differentiate between fundamental quantities and derived quantities. So these are the 4 questions you have to do as your classwork. I hope you have understood the lesson.